Wow, I like you, and that's how dating starts. And before you know it, they've already come and knock on the door.
You're not thinking of having to travel before you can talk to this person.
Giving out your information so fast to someone that you've not really seen before is very, very dangerous.
Tell people where you are going to. If you cannot go with someone, right?
You see a lady that will tell you, I'm beautiful, I have all the natural endowments in this life. But the man would have like, okay, can I see your picture and all that? And by the time she sends it, she sends something very curvy and very massive. Wow, I can't wait to meet you. And she will now be like, okay, let's meet. By the time we now meet, we'll not be saying another side of the coin, the flip side of a story.
Hi guys, it's Timeline. My name is Paul and with me here is
Jonese.
It's been a lovely ride so far and I'm very sure you're enjoying us. Today we're talking about online dating, looking at its pros and cons. Really, online dating is one that is changing and bringing a new shift to environments today, I must say. Today you don't have to leave you can, from the comfort of your house, right? You can meet someone online and enter a relationship with that person, and sometimes become very serious and then leads to marriage. I must say, according to Statista, it said that we have at the moment, as of 2023, we have about 381 million users of online dating softwares here and there, talking about Tinder, Bumble, Match.com, and so on and so forth. The list goes on and on and on, with majority of the users being young and under 30. That is what is going on right now. And then we have everyone is going online to go and look for relationships, look for a safer ground and things like that.
Thank you so much, Paul. In fact,
before you even go further, say, have you ever looked for love online?
I don't know.
Don't say the truth now. I had like. So,
oh really?
Yeah,
wow, congrats. How was it for you?
I didn't see now. I didn't see.
But anyways, let's go back to where all this started from. The evolution of online dating.
Yeah.
So back then in the ancient times, it's just like, what will I call it now?
It has to
collaboration.
Be face to face, more like me and you meeting talking like this.
And apart from that
yes.
it's just like your let's say now you are a dad and I'm a mom, prospective mom very soon, amen. So and you're like, Joan, when you grow, like when your daughter grows up, my son will marry your daughter, or maybe for the sake of to maintain a particular name, or for the fact that maybe both of us we are very, very, very wealthy. Exactly.
Like
so we'll be like, okay, my daughter will marry your son, and these two people, they are not aware. They will just grow up and see themselves getting married to themselves because mommy and daddy said, my dad said, and my mom said, you are going to get married. So that was how it was happening at the ancient time. And guess what? These people, they don't even like love themselves. Like maybe on the long run, they will not
more
be
like arranged marriage kind of thing.
Exactly. And they'll be like, so you're my husband last. Okay, let me just quickly manage and get married and fall in love with you and along the line.
Yeah, exactly.
So after a while, it started going up, people started growing and all that, and then it kept on happening, but this time around, at least they started talking to the children, the children that, okay, you are going to get married to this person, even though per se they don't really have a say, but they'll be like, okay, we're just informing you for informing sake because you are going to marry
just for you to act on it.
Just marry this person, okay, and that's how it will be. So at a point, this online romance came into the picture, and people started finding love for themselves. But at the same time, there was now this long distance relationship that, although still inspired by online, that was the match.com that took place in 1995, and people started like finding love. But this time around, they started dating, but without the consent of their parents. But it's not that they are hiding it, but it's just because this person is in a so place and this person is so place. They're not in the same environment, so they had to like start up something. Then now, the whole in this 21st century, the online dating app has come on board. We have
We have Tinder, we have Bumble, we have a lot of them.
This one that you know them like this. Hey, are you sure you're not their regular customer?
It's not that I use them, right? But then it's just things like the environment.
I understand.
In fact, away from all of this, the ones that are meant for matchmaking and things like that, we also have people who found love on regular social media platforms, like TikTok,
Instagram,
especially on Twitter, right? You just even Instagram self sometimes, right? You just see success stories just pop up sometimes.
Like I posted my picture, he saw it, he liked it, and that was it. Oh,
on Twitter, it's more like, oh, she posted a picture, he commented or she commented with a shot, like shooting a shots rather. Like, that was the score.
Why do I feel that is how you're going to get married to you to Paul?
So for me, right, I actually love the whole fantasy of it, like having that kind of story to tell people and all of that. Not the regular, I was working on the road one day and then I just look back and I just saw this person and I just kind of like, that's so regular. Like, but then if it's like on X now, for example, but then I'm not sure I've ever shot my shot
on X.
I'm not sure I've ever done anything like that. Really.
Well, anyways,
but
it's not really that bad.
It's a whole starts from there, right? And I think that's one of the good things about it. The success stories really they inspire people to even go into it. Like, and in most of the stories, right, they will tell you at the end of the day that if you like, don't go for what you like. It's just that and all of those things just interest me because I mean it just comes from, and it's not gender based now because sometimes it's the girl that is shooting a shot that come on, I'm single, I'm AA, I'm this, I'm that.
Simple package.
You get right, just telling the guy like that, and then sometimes it's not even the guy that owns the picture that sees the comment and then follows up with it. Like sometimes it's just true. The whole story is just so I just like the fantasy of it really, and it just interests me.
It's obvious. See the way you're even swimming inside the fantasy already.
Exactly. I love it, and again, another thing about it is its convenience. Like it's so convenient to do it because now you're not thinking of, I need to travel, for example, if it's a long distance, right? You're not thinking of having to travel before you can talk to this person. You don't have to. It's more like from the comfort of your house, from your living room, as you're watching your favorite movie on your TV, you're on your phone, talking to the love of your life now, and it's so convenient. You don't have to think of transport. You don't have to think of going on dates.
Why won't they think of transport? Like, you don't want to pay money.
You're not transporting yourself to talk to someone online.
You're actually saying the truth.
Everybody has data.
Like
just go online and then just talk to someone.
Yes. So let's talk about compatibility and matchmaking. Like, obviously, there are some polls in this dating sites that you'll be like, okay, you can fill this poll. What do you like? What are your interests? What are your values? So by the time this other person sees this particular poll of yours and be like, oh wow, this person's interests match with mine. Okay, let me just shoot my shot. According to you, you shoot your shot and be like, oh, okay, do you like anime? Do you like this? Do you like that? Okay, let's do this. Let's hang out. Oh wow, I like you. And that's how dating starts. And before you know it, they already come and knock hand on the door.
Like, I mean, the interesting thing is that is for all of those kind of apps now that are wired for online dating, right? They make it easy in such a way that they have algorithms that connects people with the same interest. And I mean, everybody has like their own spec, say to say. Like you now, you can like someone that is probably 6'6", tall.
How do you know what I like?
I don't know, but I'm just thinking, right?
Tall, dark, and handsome.
You know, like the normal standard,
ladies,
right? And then. What all of this have just does. Okay, since you like tall, dark, and handsome, this guy is tall, dark, and handsome. Now, do you like his face? It's just literally like bring it to your face, right? And based on things that you as you swipe, because most of those things are swipe right. Like you swipe left or right. As you swipe right, they understand what you like, and then they begin to feed you more and more with things that you like, and then. You don't see your love of your life.
And another point is that it reduces initial pressure. Like for instance, there are some guys now that are so shy that can't even shoot their shot. But by the time they start chatting with this lady, okay, I want you to be my girlfriend. I want to get married to you. Okay, before get married, like I want you to be my girlfriend and all that, blah blah blah. So by the time he has finished saying all those things, and they will now say, okay, let us now finally meet. I think he has already done the preamble, like he has gone far in the online conversation. So it's just for them to continue from where they stopped online, and it has reduced the whole pressure, the whole cold feet and all that. And I think he could literally flow. Maybe he might just have, what am I saying? Mostly he, Sha, but
she
both
also
of them, she
shoots
too. Yes, they might actually have that little pressure, but at least along the line they will flow because they've already had an initial conversation online. So that works.
another interesting thing apart from the fact that it boosts confidence, because
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people that don't have confidence on meeting new people.
Yeah.
For me, for example, I love meeting new people. Like
It's obvious.
any new person, I'm introducing myself. Oh, my name is this is what I do, and things like that. No matter the kind of gathering that it is, church, conference, wherever I go, I try my best to introduce and meet new people.
Yeah.
Sometimes even go as far as exchanging contact. Sometimes I don't follow up. Sometimes, but then it's one day it could just be 12 of us just saved our number and we were just viewing our status, right?
Yeah.
And
That's those
then-
viewers.
Exactly, like that kind of relationship is there as well.
Yeah.
So you could just be viewing our status and then probably I see what I like on
Yeah.
your status and then I just follow up with it.
Yeah.
And then there's also the thing about social media being a leveler. Like I have a friend that's his motto, that social media is just a leveler. Like, because it's not like, it's more like the CEO of this company is on the same app with just one random guy on the street.
Exactly.
And then two of you are exchanging words in
Yeah.
the comment section of
Yeah.
one particular post because of your interest and things like that.
Yeah.
And from there, like, there's no say, okay, because this person is big, I can't approach this person. There's no standard for who to approach and who not to approach on
Yes,
social media.
there's no social media. There's no social barrier actually.
Exactly.
Someone like you now, you can actually approach Otelalo's daughter and
I
tell
mean,
her how
I've
much
tried.
you really. You have done what?
I'm just joking.
Please, oh, before they will come for you.
That
But
was
anyways,
very likely.
that's to say that you can actually talk to anybody respectfully, politely, telling
you
somebody
can,
how
you
much.
can decide not to be polite. I mean,
Ah.
you would meet what the same energy that
The
you
way they
carry
will so
on.
block you.
Like,
But anyways, that's just part of it. So let's move to obviously in any advantage, there's always disadvantages.
like there are always two sides of a coin,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So let's move to the disadvantages of this online dating.
Yeah.
And one of it is misrepresentation.
Okay. Yes.
You will see a lady that will tell you, I'm beautiful. I have all the natural endowments in this life. And the man now, we will now ask, why am I talking like that? But the man will now be like, okay, can I see your picture and all that? And by the time she sends it, she sends something very curvy and, very massive. It's
Something very dreamy. Let's
Very
put it like-
dreamy.
exactly.
So by the time we'll be like, wow, I can't wait to meet you. And she will now be like, okay, let's meet. By the time we now meet, we'll not be seeing another side of the coin, the flip side of a story. I'll be like, what is happening here? So misrepresentation is on the high side. People tend to be like an imposter, like that they
More like
represent
catfishing,
exactly
right? So-
what they are not.
Like there are several stories as regards that. I'm
Yeah.
never going to lie, right? But one thing I actually want to point out is the fact that people do things for different reasons.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
And again, people say that on social media, it's only the good side that you will post. You don't post
The bad side.
So
But some
more
people
like,
actually post the bad side. Just few.
it's not every time you post the bad side. Oh, today I woke up and I started crying because I did not see you rarely see things like that on social media. It's more like about having
Good
life.
achievements,
exactly,
yeah.
achievement and things like that. That would be post.
But you don't tell us what
So-
you went through to get to that achievement.
So if it's that in that way now, for example, that's
Yeah.
I won't call that one misrepresentation. It's more
Yeah.
like you keeping things to yourself as well. Because
Exactly,
again, your space is also needed.
Yeah.
And then there's also the whole issue of knowing who is who, because again, right, there's fraud here and there. There's sometimes it's possible that what you order, just like you said, is not what you are going to get.
Yeah.
And then there's there's some people that are going into it for malicious reasons.
Yeah.
Like there's this documentary on Netflix, Tinder Swindler, where this guy meets ladies online.
Yeah.
It says that, oh, I own a business, I'm the CEO of this, I have this business, I have that business, I have this jet, I have that jet, and he will actually show you pictures of all of these things, and it's true, no doubt. And then he meets them up the first day,
Spends on them.
like it's going to be like princess treatments kind of thing,
Oh,
nice restaurant and
not
things
knowing
like
what
that.
is coming. Doom.
And then in the meeting, I even tell you that, oh, I'm going for a business meeting, and then the next day you don't see him again for maybe 2 weeks or thereabouts. He sends you pictures that, oh, I'm in this place today, I'm in that place tomorrow, and then
And you'll be
when-
like, wow.
exactly, and then when they become very close, right, it's some way, I don't know how actually, he just gets a credit card of theirs and then begins to spend on that. They could travel one interesting thing about him is that they could travel together, all expense on the other person, right? The person that the woman that is with. And this guy ended up like tutoring a lot of women. Like here and there, leaving them in massive debt. Like, and when I mean massive, it's not small money kind of debt. It's like American standard student loan kind of debt, right? And it's all of these things have very hard effects on those people that it leaves them with, because now someone that is probably just trying to survive a little bit above what's it called? A little bit above the basic income that she's gaining, just trying to manage herself, looking for someone to marry and things like that. Because I mean, sometimes, and I think again we should move back again a bit, because sometimes it's pressure from the family to marry, to do things like that, push people into things like that. So you see this guy and then it's like, oh, I need your credit card. You're willing to do all for him, right? And then at the end of the day, it ends up that it puts you into the greatest doom of
all times.
Exactly. We'll go on a short break now. Once we return, we'll continue from where we stopped. We're still talking about online dating, the pros and cons. We're currently on the cons. And who are you dating at the moment? Did you meet the person online? Let us know. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, let's face it, our world today experiences numerous challenges. And guess what? Our community isn't off the hook either. Most of the world issues are either not talked about enough or never talked about at all. But here on Timeline, we've got you covered. We dive deep into issues that affect us every day, leaving behind footprints of wisdom, knowledge, and solutions. Think of it like a roadmap that keeps you on the track for success. So buckle up, because in this new season of Timeline, we're taking another trip through the past, the present, and navigate into a more promising future. Again, we're talking solutions, people. And let's make one thing clear. This is not your average blah, blah, blah convo. This is real talk with a side of inspiration and a sprinkle of wow. I never thought about it like that. I'm your host on this impactful ride. Together, we'll tackle the tough stuff, laugh a little, and find ourselves on the path to positive change. So what are you waiting for? Season 2 of Timeline will be loaded. Let's get started. Hop in and let's drive straight into the heart of issues shaping our world. Let's go. Oh, one more thing. Hit that subscribe button and let's take this ride together. Every day, amazing stories of hope and tenacity unfold across the globe. On Hued Hour, we dive into these inspiring tales and discuss the vital work being done in the humanitarian and development space. Humanity has never faced a shortage of challenges, yet we rise stronger through teamwork and determination. Though these remedies are often underreported, on Hued Hour, we advocate sustainable solutions. We bring you the latest and most impactful news on how lives are being changed. We engage with young change makers and experts who provide valuable insights into relief efforts and the challenges faced by local communities through a global perspective. Join us every Wednesday by 8 a.m. on Hued Network's YouTube channel as we embark on this journey of positive change.
Yeah, welcome back. This is Timeline. We're talking about online dating, the pros and the cons. I mean, we've said, Jonah said, don't know me, there are two sides of everything, and this story actually has two sides to it. And we've talked about a number of things as regards to that side of it, right? Yeah. And that thing again that keeps popping up, right, is the safety concern of online dating. Really, I mentioned how people go into it for malicious intent from the onset, right? Yeah. And stats from the US say that 40% of sex trafficking victims are usually recruited online, and that's because sometimes social media, sometimes online dating apps, and usually that's because most of their datas are there. I mean, their age, what they look like, their address sometimes. And sometimes it might just be, okay, this person is probably 3 miles away or 3 kilometers away. Like, and so you just have an idea of where this person stays, basically. It's just for you to just go track the person down and things like that.
Yeah.
And all of these things raise concerns really for people.
Yeah, that's to say that information is a very, very, like, it's very, very paramount. Like, it's power. That's what I used to tell people. That information is power because, like, I don't even know what else to say. But what I would just say is, giving out your information so fast to someone that you've not really seen before is very, very dangerous. And that's what's one of the disadvantages of online dating, because somebody can just easily track you, and, you know, somebody that was supposed to be your so-called boyfriend is now a thief or a kidnapper, and he will come and steal everything or raid you.
We're even going so far. Like, I even forgot that the person could even be a thief.
Exactly.
And
there are in this part of our world and every other places that it can actually happen. You see somebody that met somebody online or people online. In fact, let me just give a scenario of a man and a lady. I think there was a story that trended on social media a time that there was this lady that he called, you know, promised her money that even she should even come with her friend.
Exactly.
And when they came, and that was the end of the lady, nobody saw that lady again, nobody saw her friend, and that was the end. And most of these people, they use you for either ritual killing, they use you for a lot of things, a lot of bad things. People are really facing a lot of things. And this brings me to another point: the risk of ghosting and disappearance. Just like you talked about that Tinder and Hitler, right?
Yes.
And that's how this guy left, you know, just disappear and leave these ladies in distress. That's how people do. Sometimes they will just stop communicating with you because you don't know, you can't trace them. You don't even know where they are.
You don't know where they are, and then some of you have bonded one.
You guys have bonded, and you know, ladies.
It's not those ladies. I mean, guys.
Wait.
You see, one funny thing about it when it comes to relationship and things like that, you guys always paint ladies as those that.
I think we are the first to like become so emotional before guys. So? I feel. I'm not saying I think. I feel. So let me don't be partial.
Exactly. Thank you.
Now the lady.
I'm signing up for guys now.
It's either the lady or the guy, but one person at least becomes so emotionally attached to the other person, and when this other person now decides to just ghost you for no reason, maybe let's say for instance, now nothing happened to the person. No, it's not that the person died or something, but the person just said, I'm no longer interested anymore, and you did not even tell the other party that is already so much engrossed with you that, okay, I don't see this thing working. You just blast out like that. You leave that person under depression. Like, the person will just become depressed and all that. But in the case of maybe somebody actually died or something, I think you were saying something about the story.
Yeah, so like it's all of these things just keep going up and down, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also the superficial interaction, superficial interactions.
Yeah.
You know, most of these apps, for the online dating apps now, what they do, is just based on swiping. So it's more like I might see this person's picture now, and then based on my first is a split second judgment.
Yeah.
It's not in-depth judgment. It's not you going through, is this person really worth it?
Just like judging a book by its cover.
That's what it is actually, because it's just split seconds you are taking either left or right.
Yeah.
That like this person or not at the first instance. And sometimes you could just be, maybe you are even happy, it just clicks, like, or sometimes you just be like, oh, I'm bored, I just want to today I'm going to say everybody yes to everybody today. And then like that you meet the person, and then the person now begins to, again, it's said that about 53% of those that are into all of this, right, I actually go into it with a lot of lies.
Yeah.
We talk about Tinder swindler. We've talked about so many things, right? Yeah. But it just shows how far people are ready to go just because of a relationship.
Yeah,
right?
and another thing, like maybe the last point, or in case you have more, is time consuming. You see people that will just go to the app, take a stroll and stay there for a long time, for hours. Exactly. Searching for the right person, and after everything, you not even get anybody, and you see that even that day you not even achieve anything. You not wash your clothes, you not eat, you not even do anything. So you see yourself, you're just there wasting your time, wasting your energy. I'm not saying it's bad though, but after the long hours that you've spent on that app, you don't see anybody that is really fitting into your
you've
own.
achieved nothing basically at the end
exactly.
Of the day.
So it's really time consuming.
So like all of these things now that with a shift, right? We are coming from somewhere before.
Yeah.
There was the old way of doing things, right? Before social
media,
exactly, before before this came on board.
Yeah.
And one way or the other, it has now affected how it used to be and what it used to be. Like, I mean, before now, relationship was more about having deep connections before marriage and things like that. But now, relationship is more about the show game, talking about this my man is my man, she's my woman, just flaunting your man or your woman on social media, and just about that instant gratification,
making it look as if it's very, very perfect.
Like, you get like
There are some things that people are hiding.
Sorry if you feel that way, but then some of them don't hide anything, right?
Yeah.
But you see, it just goes back and forth on how things have now shifted. I mean, before now we used to have interaction, those people without their phones. I mean, these days now, I go on dates with friends, and then all of us around the table are like on our phone every moment. Like, sometimes it's just this person checking back and forth, going to receive this call. But before now, it was
A communal thing.
Exactly, it was more face to face. We're talking to ourselves, like, we're doing, even though you're it's more of us looking at ourselves face to face, discussing, talking about things that really matter.
Yeah.
Asking real questions. Not, what have you eaten? Have you slept? Did you sleep? Like, having real conversations.
Well, that one is cool too now.
No, I'm not saying that you should not be caring. Don't misquote me.
Because somebody like you, Paul.
I'm not saying that you should not be caring. Like,
we understand what you're saying.
I love to be pampered so much, so I pamper everybody around me. Don't I? I mean, I pamper you so much. Look at you looking all bright. So, like, it's more about you, like, talking around in your environment, having deep connections.
Yeah.
Like, now the connections, most connections that people face, that people connect, that people say that they connect with now, are usually very surface level connections.
Yeah.
They are not deep. Sometimes you could ask someone the question that, what does your woman like to eat best? And then the person does not even know, right? Because of how everything is wired now, it's more about you doing things this certain way and things like that.
Yeah, and how this thing has also affected the modern this thing has affected the normal way we usually know is that there is now long distance relationship. Do you get? And people can now the dynamism of it is just quite funny. That the fact that before you have to marry somebody from your community, in fact from your state, from your local government down to your I don't know, but this time around you see a Nigerian lady marrying an Irish. You can see
I think that's on the good side.
a Ghanaian marrying this one.
It's so
and they'll be trying
nice
to praise
now.
you in your language.
It's so nice now because now we have more intercommunal relationships.
Yes.
Marriages are not even relationship.
Yeah.
We have intercontinental self.
Exactly.
Like, to that continent.
Yeah.
Like
Nobody's looking at
Paul's
Paul's village again. No.
Nah, you should look at my village. Very beautiful. Yeah, have you been there?
I've not been
Like,
there.
all of these things are actually a lot, right? And when we look deep, right, it says that we've actually taken a shift from what used to be.
Yeah.
You know, relationship was more intimate.
Yeah.
It was more about me and you. Now it is me, you, and the world. It's more like two of us are in a relationship now, and then the world is watching the relationship with us together.
Yeah, and another point is trust issues. There's actually really, really big trust issues because by the time the concerns about infidelity, secrets, and all these things, because this person is far away from you, you don't really know what the person can do, what the person is doing, and what the person will do. So you don't really know
what the person will do. Like, let him do it first now.
Exactly. Like, these people can actually predict someone's next move and be like, okay, my husband is not going to do this, but before you know, the person will just act in a way that, you have surprised me. Like, compared to the other times where you can see the person face to face.
Yes.
I think this brings me to another angle about domestic violence. Because when you're dating someone that is very far from you, you don't know what the person can do. The person is just showing you all the lovey-dovey part of the person. You know, one thing I really tell ladies is that try to see the angry side of your partner. Like,
really?
Yes, it's very important for you to
make
know.
him angry?
No, not like intentionally making him angry, like all the time, but like pray to see that anger part so that you will know the highest thing he can do. Because a lot of people can actually burn their partner. Before we came on set, I watched a video on social media that a man actually burnt his wife alive. Like, he burnt her, leaving 4 kids behind. What did she do? Because he has anger issues. So there are a lot of things that are really, really going on because of long distance relationship. Although I don't know how they met, whether it's on social media or any, I don't know. But this is like one of the factors that you need to be very, very careful about. That that has had impact on our traditional way of meeting our spouses. So it's quite
I
unfortunate.
think we can just go on and on saying
Yeah.
different kind of things, right?
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that could now be done, right, is that all of these online dating softwares, applications. I think one of the things that they should try to look at is just that, like we have KYC, know your customer, in several kind of apps, especially in fintech
Yeah.
today. They can also do things like that, verify the users.
Exactly.
I mean,
Not putting others in danger.
it's not so hard. It's just putting the person's picture, the person's details,
Yeah.
something that's a real document that says that, okay, this person's name, for example, my name is Paul Oladipo, a document that has Paul Oladipo that is from the government, not
Yeah.
just a random document from
Yeah.
one place that can be forged or things like that.
Yeah.
We should have more of things like that in all of these apps.
Yeah, I agree totally. And in the aspect, I just
Must
want
you
to
agree
add,
to everything?
I don't really agree to everything, but you are making point. When you are making point, I agree with
I'm
you.
making points today.
Exactly.
That's good.
So like when these people's location are being it's just like what you just said now, this KYC is very, very important. Like let them know instead of putting other people into risk. Like and very important too, when they notice that they should be following chats as well, not you creating an app and going to sleep. Be following their chat. If somebody is saying, okay, come to where I'm supposed to come to this so place, try and investigate. Yes, it's their privacy, but it's in your app, so you should know that, okay, where is this person going to? You should also track their conversations. In case of anything, you can be able to track the
But
killer
again,
down.
wait,
I don't know.
In terms of conversation, I'm not sure they can really track conversation because of end-to-end encryption and things like
Well-
that. But what can be done on the other side, right, is try to meet the person for the first time, at least. Any other time, you can meet the person somewhere else. If for example, we met online now, for example, I shouldn't, the first thing, you shouldn't say that, oh, let's meet in your house or come to my house or
Run.
things like that. Actually,
Run,
Flee.
flee.
in that kind of instance, right, what you should rather do is like pick a public place, a mall, could be a mall,
And a place
park,
that you know, you are
a
familiar
place that
with.
you know that,
Yes.
okay, oh, this is the exit, this one exit. So that you can even go with a friend. Your friend can even go inside before you go inside. The person should just be there, sit down,
Observe.
exactly, like, and then you cannot go inside or get there very early and wait for the person. In my agree 12, you get there by like 11, sit down, order a drink, be comfortable. As you are seeing the person like this coming, you are seeing him, so that
Yeah.
it's not the other way around, him seeing you and plan whatever he wants to plan, right?
Very good.
All of those things are very important. Trying to ensure that, tell people where you are going to. If you
Yeah.
cannot go with someone, right, tell someone John invited me to this place. I mean, today now, even up to now, I don't leave my house without telling someone, oh, I'm going to this side of town. I'm going to this side of town. And it might not even be someone that is in the house. It
Yeah.
could just be a random friend somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Person could even be in Lagos, could be abroad, right? But just because we are talking in that instance and I'm living in the house, like, oh, I'm going out now, I'm going to go and see so person. Sometimes I mention the name. You might not even know the person that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I can tell you now, I'm going to go and see Pelumi. You don't know Pelumi, for example, but I'm going to, you know that you have that information that I'm going to go and see Pelumi.
Yeah, I think, Paul, you've actually really, really said it all. I don't really have much to say. It's just that I'll just say that be very, very careful out there. It's not everybody that is as calm or as kind-hearted as you. There are a lot of people that are in that site, in that particular app to mar people. Do you get? So you just have to be very, very careful. I know you cannot be too careful, but at least your information is very, very important.
Yeah.
You don't have to share it with a total stranger. And whenever you're going to visit anybody, you have to take somebody that is very strong, that can fight for you. Do you get? Don't go with somebody that is when you're shouting help, help, and the person will be shouting help, help. Do you get? So be very, 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 very careful of the kind of people you meet, the kind of things you say about yourself. You get? So I think with that, we'll have a more safer online. And please, all those people this is an online site or an online app, don't turn it into something else. Like I've heard some stories that people are turning it into something else. So please stop turning it into something else. Stop turning it into something else. It's a dating site. So allow people to meet people in peace. If you are there for something else, please go and create your own app. Let us hear what. Thank you.
I guess it's also important that we should also have eagle eye, have your fifth eye sometimes. Yeah. Try your best to do your best possible research on the person. Yeah. If it's, for example, on Twitter, go through the person's tweets, see that this person is real. It's not that an account opened yesterday, messaging you tomorrow, and then no, like that kind of account, right? Is very suspicious.
Abi,
Try
if this whole thing is going to stress all of us, let's just go back to how our parents used to matchmake all of us. Let everybody just cuckoo rest.
will you like that? Do you think online dating is something you want to experience?
No.
Really?
No.
Even if you see the person like regularly.
No, I don't want to experience
it's something that I actually love. I mean, I like the fantasy. I so much love the fantasy, and I love the truth. And something it would be a bad idea really to have.
I wish you well. I'm here. You come and gist me. You come and gist me.
No, it's not about gisting, but I guess that's all we're able to take today. It's been a lovely episode, and I hope that you all try to ensure. If I'm not saying that you should not, I mean, have friends on Twitter that have never met face to face, right? But we're just cordial. We have our mutuals. Sometimes we share snaps together. Sometimes we are together on WhatsApp and things like that.
Yeah.
Just ensure that your relationship with whoever person you're building relationship is safe, and that's the most important thing. My name is Paul. With me here was
Joan, easy.
And until when we come your way again, bye for now.
Bye.